The US still has a major case of French bulldog fever, but a very different breed is staunchly chasing dog lovers' hearts. According to American Kennel Club, statistics released Wednesday, Frenchies are followed by Labrador retrievers, golden retrievers, German shepherds, poodles, and some other longtime favorites. But they said that the Cane Corso is actually 14th and it moved up the list from 50.
Kanye. Kanye Corso.
It's because they're so low maintenance and no energy dog.
Yes, I mean, can you guys still believe that the French Bulldog is the number one dog that people own and still want?
It's also the most expensive breed for dog insurance.
Yeah, we're going to talk
Yes.
about that. You are correct about that. And then I do have a little video because I love this second breed. And it's interesting though with the French Bulldogs because a lot of rescues now are like full with French Bulldogs. Like people are now giving them up. They realize how much maintenance they are, the challenges with the breathing and things like that.
Their health issues,
Their health issues.
their
So
food
now
issues.
where you used to like be begging somebody to get a French bulldog, now it's like, okay, our rescues are full of them, which is another interesting thing and it goes back to like the breeding situation.
My
You
sister
can
has them each has one so.
yeah, you can find any dog in any rescue, including a French bulldog.
Mhm.
But I want to play this little video because even myself as a trainer, and I'm always studying and learning, I used to say cane corso. Do you know how it's actually pronounced, Ceylon? How would you say it?
Cane Corso.
Yuki, what about you?
I have to say King Corso, but I've heard different.
You
just
have heard
recently.
different because just recently, an hour ago, I was listening to the video and I was like, okay, this is how you say it. This is it though.
Buongiorno. We are looking at how to pronounce the name of this dog of a large athletic breed of Mastiff developed in Italy. The name itself comes from Italian. The word cane, meaning dog in
Oh.
Italian, and corso relates to the Latin word for guardian. Understand? Guardian dog. How do you go about pronouncing it? In Italian, this would be said as cane corso. Cane corso. However, in English, this is usually pronounced as cane corso. Cane corso dog breed.
Okay. So we
I mean, I see how that's done it if it's Italian.
Italian. So Cane Corso. And they're like you said, gentle giants, but also very loyal. Very
Low
loyal.
maintenance, very big. Yeah, they are very loyal.
Well, they're
They're
family
very
dogs.
intimidating. Yeah, they're very intimidating looking
Yes.
dog if you wanted a guard dog.
Yeah.
But they're very low energy. They don't need a lot of things. Like my niece used to have my dog that I inherited. Well, I took over.
Was it a Cane Corso?
Well, Rocky was a German Shepherd.
Yeah.
She had that, and she had one, and I was like, you need to get a buddy for him. They're working on it. She didn't, and he kept running away, and we took him. And now she has two King Corso puppies, and she's obviously madly in love because these dogs are so
Cane Corso.
Corso.
Cane
You know, I mean,
Corso puppies.
I love all dogs. I don't have a breed, a specific.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, and Yuki, but Ceylon, you go, and then Yuki, what is your favorite breed?
Rottweilers.
I know you said that before. You said it. You're
I used to have a
Rottweiler.
whole family of Rotties. I
Mhm.
mean, yeah.
Actually, I've been following on YouTube this new breed called the Great Pyrenees.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
used for sheep, herding sheep
They're huge
and
too.
warding off wolves and coyotes.
They're
They're
huge.
amazing though. They're great
Beautiful.
dogs, gentle dogs. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I've seen
very
them
good.
guard against the coyotes and wolves, and they'll just kick ass on all those animals.
They're huge.
But
They're
they're very
massive.
protective of their sheep and chickens and other animals.
You're gonna
It's
have to
just
add the chicken to
amazing.
the.
You can see it in their eyes when they see something happening. They just run up and rush towards the opponent and just engage with them. And it's just so amazing.
But those are amazing dogs. A
Yes.
friend of mine, she has two of them, and I think Great Pyrenees.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, pure. They're pure.
Mine
And somebody
said that-
dumped
my
them
friend-
on the freeway. They let them out of their car and dumped them. And a woman who actually was a rescuer saw it happen. It was right on the 405, not too far from here. And then captured the dogs. And then my friend adopted one, and she already had a female. And the male that she got that was dumped, they had to do quite a bit of like training and rehabilitation. I mean, he
I'm
was
sure he's
definitely traumatized.
Yeah,
100%.
100%.
So yours is Roddy.
Mine's is Roddy.
Okay. And Yuki, what is your favorite?
I don't really have a favorite because all dogs are great. It just depends on
Chihuahuas for
it
you.
depends on your
All dogs go to
your
heaven.
I'm gonna say Chihuahua right
Attention.
here.
This is
one
my heart right here.
That's a
Angel.
Chihuahua.
Angel is his
She is
favorite dog.
always looking for me, no matter where I am.
When Yuki goes anywhere, Angel's like sitting at the gate, sitting at the door. Where's my dad? Where's my dad?
She
Just
is
like
my
in the
heart.
That's right.
But I love my mixed
Molly?
Molly. I love Molly 'cause she reminds me of a Rod or a Shepherd. And then
Shepherd.
Bailey reminds me of a retriever quote.
Lab.
Yeah, she does have some
She's
love.
very
in her, for sure.
protective. Very protective.
Oh yeah.
I'll
that
just
is
I'll
for
just
sure.
look at her and I'll just see her tail tucked away.
I mean, I told you before you wanted to adopt her that she had already adopted you. I'm like, she's not going nowhere.
Well, I
I
told.
told the adoption event. I was like, she already adopted you. She's not going.
And you know what? I just found pictures. I'll have to send them to you when we met you at it was a brewery, I think.
Yeah.
And we had our Earth Angel shirts on, and then we had Ace and Bailey because we were trying to get them
Yes.
adopted
And
together.
I just looked at him. I was like, she's your dog.
Yeah,
She would be very hard to adopt out because she is very protective.
And then
very.
any dog that resource guards somebody, they already thought that person is their owner. That's why they research guard. That's why with Ellie, when you asked me, I
Yeah.
said, as much as I love her, I wasn't the house for her. I wasn't the home
Yeah.
for her. She was too timid. And I couldn't even bring my goddaughter around because she would get jealous. And then my goddaughter would get jealous. And it was just like, that's my auntie. That's my mommy. I was like, oh my Lord, I can't do
Yeah,
that too.
and that's an insecurity in a
Yeah,
dog,
so
for
I was just
sure.
like, we're not the home for her. You know when you're the home for a dog and you're not.
My favorite breed. Does anybody know what my favorite breed is?
I would say
Pit
Chihuahua
bull.
too. Well, you know what? I do.
It's
that's
the pitties.
I would say Chihuahua pity for you too.
I mean, for me, the reason I have so many small dogs is because when I first, when I moved here to LA, I've been a makeup artist for 26
I
years.
know when I met you, you were just coming out of the big boy.
Yeah, and so when I started volunteering with Lovejoy and I started fostering, I just fostered the dogs that she had available,
And they're
then
smaller dogs.
smaller dogs, and at one point I had a pack of 10. But my rescue that I started with my sister, Earth Angels Rescue, we have saved every breed, every age, every
Okay.
size, everything. Street dogs, dogs out of, every shelter. I mean, Yuki, you've been with me. We pulled a ton of dogs. Ceylon, you and I've done a lot of great work together. But honestly, my favorite breed is the Staffordshire Terrier. Slang is Pit Bull, because to me, they are such a misunderstood breed. And when I volunteered at the Carson Shelter, I spent 5 years there and I had no fear. I mean, when I say I had no fear, they gave me those keys, which means you can access any kennel. And I would always go into the kennels of the larger, more dominant breed dogs, the pit bulls, because I knew that they had the least chance
And
of getting
interaction.
seen, getting out, getting socialized,
Mhm.
getting a walk, getting into the play yard.
And the sad thing is, you volunteer at Carson but predominantly pitties.
Well, it's pitties, but you know what? It's interesting because it is everything. Huskies.
Been there for a while.
Well, every time I go, I mean, Yuki and I were just there, and why I'm pushing Honey so much is because when you see a dog being surrendered at a shelter, which we've talked about, but it absolutely breaks your heart because that dog, first of all, doesn't know what's even happening because they're standing outside with their family. And then all of a sudden they're taken back and
Their whole world changed.
their whole world changes. But you can find any dog in our shelters now. You can find anything.
Any breed.
Any breed. But the pits for me, because they are so misunderstood. And anytime you see something on TV, it's about a pit bull. I actually reached out to a rescue. I'll keep it very. But I sent them Honey, and I just said, hey, I'm not asking you to take this dog, but if you know anybody that could, because word of mouth is everything in rescue, you know what I mean? And she came back and she just went off on the breed, and and it just kind of left a bad taste in my mouth because I was like, there are no bad dogs. Yes, there are things that happen with dogs.
I agree with you. It's not a bad breed. It's how the dog is raised. So it's a bad
Yes.
owner, a bad
Right.
breeder, a bad whatever it is that originated.
And so that's why I fight for them so much, because I really do feel like people have such a misconception. And when I have clients that have that breed, I'm on them harder than any other client that I have, because I'm like, you have to change the stigma in our society of what people think of this dog. I want somebody to see your beautiful pitty and say, oh my gosh, that is the most amazing dog. I had no idea. And they feel like they can go up to that dog, they can pet that dog. It's really like something that I'm
And it
so
does,
passionate
especially
about.
if you take a troublesome dog from the shelter because you never know their history.
That's right.
And to reanimate Geo is one of those dogs. He was a waiver dog.
Right.
The hardest because he's kind of like Honey, because Honey's probably considered a waiver dog, isn't she?
My rescue could pull her. She doesn't require,
A
excuse
waiver?
me, a waiver. It's called known history of
Okay,
aggression.
okay.
So it's
So she's way better than Geo. Geo was a waiver dog.
Yeah.
That's even worse. So he needed to be the only pet, the only dog. Even when we did adoption event, he had to be the only dog.
Yeah.
There. Cannot be home with a kid, cannot be home with other pets, cannot be home with a lot of things. So even if we spend a lot of money training these dogs, rehabilitating these dogs, but the underlining of everything crap when Geo got, I guess, resubmitted to the shelter system, he was a label waiver dog.
Yeah, I remember you saying that when you were here last time. That's right.
Yeah.
And we are going to get into the topic of insurance, but just even talking about like your favorite breeds, like there's always things with dogs that come up always. I mean, there's not one perfect breed, there's not one perfect dog. And unfortunately our shelters have a tendency to label dogs a certain way, but there's so many dogs that go into our shelter systems, that it's just like they just kind of, I think,
I mean, it's
put them in boxes without necessarily
It's true.
understanding why
I
they act
agree.
the way that they act.
that and the fact that seeing Gio when he was in the shelter and seeing Gio where he is now.
Yuki's calling a cab.